So we love
Okay.
wrestling.
I
That's what
do.
brought us together. But tonight we're going to talk about something else we love.
Hmm.
And that's
There
the
they
top tier
are.
dog breeds.
Yeah.
You like this picture? You like how the middle dog is pissed off at the brown dog for some reason? He's just glaring at him.
Well, I,
I love
I I figure
AI.
that's like the three of us. So
Bulldogs are notorious for the side eye. I have four. I
so that
can
could be
say,
you.
probably.
Let's get
Probably.
into it.
Let's go.
Number 10, Australian
Oh,
Shepherd.
so pretty.
A
Such a
little
good
surprised
dog.
this one got on the list,
Such a
So,
good
do
honestly.
you
dog.
guys know much about an Australian Shepherd?
Not a lot.
No.
Tell me about
So,
it.
they're shepherds, obviously. They're
Okay.
working dogs.
Hmm.
Are they
These are
Australian?
high energy, high intelligence. So, you better keep them occupied because if they get bored, they will find something to do, and you may not be pleased
Oh,
with
yeah.
what it is they find to do.
Gotcha.
Um, but these are dogs that literally run. I mean, they run, and you have to wear them out. They have puppy energy, so to speak, if you know
Woo.
what I mean by that.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know.
They're beautiful. They're longer haired because of the Australian
It
genes,
looks so soft and fluffy.
I know. I want to cuddle the
and
dog. I'm like,
they
it's
come
so
in
cute.
multiple colors. You get blacks, you get whites, you have
Yes.
the brown. So Terry's got a beautiful dog here.
Yeah.
But these are my friend has two of them,
Oh wow.
and she got two because the first one was you needed a companion.
I was gonna
They
say
had to
needed
do
somebody
something
to keep up with
together.
them. Yep.
So, but they're
That's
very
awesome.
protective. They're highly intelligent. They're trainable. That's another thing about this dog is they're very very teachable and trainable.
Nice.
Awesome.
All right.
Number 9, the
Oh
Dachshund.
yay! I
Aw, that's
love
Pondwater
these.
Dave's dog.
The weenie
Uh,
dog.
Weird.
Long hairs, short
Yeah.
hairs, babies. I didn't tell you guys my rules about
Floppy
dogs, did I?
ears. Tell us.
No.
Okay, so I have a rule about dogs, and this is just the way I feel, that an appropriate sized, qualified as a real dog is 50 pounds or more.
Disagree.
What is a dog that's less than 50 pounds? What do you
My
consider that?
is it
Something,
like
not a dog. But I've had big dogs most of my life.
And I cannot
So,
lie.
so 40 or 50 pounds, I would say, is what my qualifications are.
All right.
Now, I honestly wouldn't mind smaller dogs these days because I've got four of them. They eat $300 worth of dog food a month
Yeah.
between the four of
Yeah.
them. So, but they're big. They're pit bulls and pit bull lab mixes. So anyway, these
Yeah,
are
so
peppy little things. You know, my mom and dad had one. Well, no, it wasn't. It was Adobe. It was a mini pin. That little thing. He was an ass. God, he was mean. But
I know Super
uh,
Dave has one, and I'm pretty sure that Jeff Jewett's new puppy Rowdy, named after Roddy Piper,
Roddy Piper.
is also a dachshund. Yay!
Yeah,
My parents had one before I was born.
Oh, okay.
and they are great. I mean, they really are. They really are. And there's Carla coming in with the Aussie. Yep. I bet you that's a beautiful dog.
I bet. Yeah.
I'm sure I've seen it, but I bet you that's a beautiful dog.
See. Oh,
They're a young
Dave,
person breed.
Dave has two dachshunds, and
Dave
they
just
run
wants to
around.
eat ice
They're
cream
wearing
and
Dave out.
That's right.
Dave wants to eat ice cream and yell at clouds and pass out about
Yeah.
the bad refereeing in AEW, and then they wind his ass up. You know, when he's trying to do his podcast, you can hear the two of them in the background talking.
I love
It's
it.
hilarious. Pondwater Dave available on the Ram Network. Wrestling,
That's right.
talking wrestling. What's number 8, Terry?
Number 8 is the German
Oh,
Shepherd.
good dog! What a good
Got
dog!
that tongue sticking out, those ears up. I tried to find really good close-up
These are
pictures
great
of these
pictures.
handsome young men.
That is
And
You talk
women.
about you talk about trainable, and you talk
Yes.
about you know, we've got a sheriff's deputy. Well, he's actually retired from the sheriff's office. He took two home because he was a trainer for him. So they have a perimeter. They know of their yard, and they don't leave the yard without his permission. And
I love
they,
it.
I mean, but they were police dogs, like legit police dogs. So, and this
Good
is a
dog.
very common police dog, but
Yep.
like you said, Terry, they're beautiful, big, athletic. So,
Yep.
yeah, nice
Love it.
dogs. I've never had one, but nice
Me
dog.
neither.
Me neither. Number 7, Boston Terrier.
He's so cute.
I know. See, my sister had one of these, and his name was Boss. How uncreative
God.
is that? But
But
Was he
according
from
to
Boston?
Andrew,
Great, though. But he was great.
yeah, all Boston Terriers I've known.
Of course, he
have been-
snorted half the day because that's what they do.
Yeah. My
True.
grandma had one named Cricket.
Oh my
and
god.
And this is the grandma that ran the Democratic Party in Iowa back in the 70s. But she had one named Cricket, and it was black, mostly black with white. And that dog, my grandfather would give. You ready, Dave? Old people ice cream, pecan praline ice cream to like twice a week.
Oh,
and
boy.
this dog was so fat by the time because they do slow down, unfortunately. She lived a pretty long life. She was like 13 or 14, so I think that's pretty good life for a Boston Terrier. I think so. I don't know.
I think so. Let me give you an example of how much my sister pampered this dog. I remember going to the grocery store to buy steaks, and I was walking out the door, and she goes, "Hey, here's some money. Get another one for Boss." I was buying a steak for the
Oh my
dog.
goodness. I could see
Yeah.
Andrew doing that.
The big ones got hot dogs this morning because we had
Yeah, see?
leftovers.
I told you. I knew it. I said I know he would. All right, let's go.
They're rotten.
Number 6.
Number 6, the French Bulldog.
Oh,
Frenchies, yeah.
Yes.
Oh man, if y'all haven't seen that Jeffrey on like TikTok or whatever, that just complains to his mom all the time, you need to look that up.
It's the same one,
fantastic.
Andrew. Isn't the one you send me with the guy? Isn't it a Frenchie?
Yes. The one's a Chihuahua and the other's a Frenchie. It's
That's it,
Apollo.
yeah.
Apollo and Artemis are Frenchies on Instagram. They're really good. And they use, most of the time, they use what Jason Banks comedy, I think, to do the voiceovers.
Oh,
'cause
yeah.
That's so
So
funny
much
to
fun.
me.
But
I
cute
love
kids.
Frenchies. I like the big bulldogs better, but Frenchies are great. But you know, the one thing is you got to be careful with their health and all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
you know, a lot of orthopedic issues in the bulldog family, and heart issues too. If those of you have bulldogs don't know.
Number 5, the Labrador
Oh.
Retriever.
Classic, yellow, black. I mean, they're beautiful dogs.
Just,
My 3 of mine are mutts, which I know is an option on the list, but they're not really mutts because I know what they are. They're pit bull lab mixes. So Molly is a pit bull lab mix, as are Phoenix and Luna. But they all act more like pit bulls than they do Labradors. With the exception of Luna, I guess. She runs like a damn deer. Like, I mean, that dog has big, long legs, and she's very athletic.
Do they have the lab ears though? Because
Mm-mm.
that's what I want to know.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
They're all pit bull
I love
ears for
those
sure.
ears.
Yeah.
All right, number 4.
Number 4, Bulldog.
Oh, yay!
And by Bulldog here, and I really did a little research here. Bulldog and English Bulldog are the same thing because American
Okay.
Bulldog is
okay.
slightly different.
Yeah.
Well,
so the
Frankie's
English-
got
yeah.
one of these. And her name is Bella, and she is adorable.
The bad thing about them is they don't live long lives most of the time. They're kind of lazy. So they're obese. They don't work out a lot. Bulldogs do. And this is just the breed.
Hi.
And a lot of times because of the breeding and the way they
That's
were
why
bred,
we get along so well.
I know.
because of the breeding and the way they were bred, they have heart conditions, they have
Okay.
heart lung issues, they have breathing issues. The jowls, everybody loves the bulldog jowl, but you have to be
Right.
careful
You have
because they
to
can get
clean 'em.
infections in their
Yep.
skin and that sort of thing. You got to wash them and
All
clean
right,
them.
Andrew, you're bringing us down here, man.
But-
Stop telling
No,
us
I'm
everything
just
was
saying.
bad with the dogs.
No,
Makes me think
bulldogs-
of a Saint Bernard.
Like bulldogs,
Oh,
so
yeah.
people think bulldogs are great, and they are. Just know that they're high maintenance.
Yes.
And this is a dog
Yeah.
I would recommend pet insurance on, legitimately,
Yeah.
because dogs are kind of my thing. But I would recommend pet
Mhm.
insurance on an English or bulldog, whatever you want
Yeah.
to call it.
Right. Number 3, Golden Retriever.
Happiest dog in the world. Happiest dog.
Look at that long hair.
I
That
just
hair is.
wanna-
The problem is they love to go into water, so then their hair
Yes.
picks up everything.
I just want to hug every golden retriever I ever see.
But there are so
I
many
love you.
great Golden Retrievers
Ugh.
on the internet these days.
Yep.
Man,
My
fantastic.
one of my best friends, because you two are 2 of them. His name is John. He's the one that lives here in North Carolina. He had a red golden, So the
Ooh.
fur coat was red. His name was
Oh.
Jack. And he wasn't a blonde. He was a redhead.
Yeah.
You talk about a beautiful dog. Oh my
Nice.
God, what
I
a
love it.
beautiful dog he was. But anyway, I love a golden retriever. None of these dogs I would say no to. I would say no now because we got 4 in the house. But if we had
It's a numbers
availability,
thing. It's not
Yeah,
quality.
agree.
if we had availability, I would be all for it. What's number 2, Terry?
Number 2 is Mutt. And look at the picture I
Yay!
found.
That's
of,
such
like,
a good
this guy.
picture. He's such a good
Well,
boy.
Because
And I
Mutt
don't
could
know
have been anything.
Yeah, what
Yes.
qualifies a mutt? Because, like I said,
So-
I think
It's a mixed breed.
It's a mixed breed. Any mixed
not on
breeds.
purpose. Basically.
Right. So my Belle was a mixed beagle and Vizsla, which is a red hunting dog. So my dog was about 35 pounds. So it had longer legs than a beagle and a bigger head than a beagle, but it was still like that short, compact. But she had that beautiful, she was white with that red dots. So,
yeah,
she
you
was a
guys have
mutt.
seen Phoenix and Luna and Molly.
Yep.
They're all mutts. I mean, because
Yeah.
they're pit bull labs. But Molly, she's the queen bee. So
Well, mutts are predominant in the adoption circuit. So,
and
in
that's
humane
I'll get to that
societies,
comment
so-
when we go through number 1 because I think
Okay.
I know what number 1 is,
Yeah.
and it's going to piggyback nicely with what I'm about to say.
And I
So let's
almost
go.
sabotaged number 1 accidentally. But number 1 is Pitbull, and I
such a
accidentally left
happy-
Pitbull off the list when I first published it. And Andrew said, "Hey, you left Pitbull off," and I rushed over to put it on there, and it ends up.
And I sent you a picture of Roscoe with his big grin and his shirt on.
Look
Yes.
at this grin of this dog.
Look at this happy
This was
puppy.
my favorite picture of all of them I picked. Look
This
at
is-
that.
But don't you
Such
all
a-
know these are the most vicious dogs on the entire planet?
Of course they are.
Stop it. I can't.
It's so dumb. So dumb. So I don't buy pets. I rescue.
Mhm.
And how I got Roscoe, as a family dog, is that he was put in an advertisement to quote free puppies, but you had to pay because they had him vaccinated. They wanted you to pay for the vaccination. Okay, whatever. So we get Roscoe's $100. And Roscoe is a red nose, blue nose, purebred pit bull. So there's 2 different types of pit bull. There's a red nose and a blue nose. So, obviously this looks like a blue based on its coloring. But Roscoe is a black and white dog. He's gorgeous. At one point, he was 130 pounds. He's a big baby. But his mama was a 90-pound pit bull, and his daddy weighed well over 100 pounds. So this is a big dog. That's why they got rid of him, because she had 12 pups. He had 11 brothers and sisters, which is very uncommon. But anyway, back to Roscoe. He was adopted because Molly needed a companion, because our other pit bull, Bella, developed skin cancer, and I paid to have a tumor cut off her knee the size of a tennis ball, and within 8 weeks it grew back. And they said that the way to get her to heal faster was to bring her a companion. So Molly, my mutt, the boss of the house, came in, and she was a puppy, and Bella died. So Molly has developed severe separation anxiety. So she and Roscoe are a paired item. They like salt and pepper. They go everywhere together. I just spent money on them last week. They went to the vet, had to have the nails done, bath, all that stuff. She likes spa day. She ain't doing the shit in the bathroom. Don't bother her. But this is what I was going to say. Pit bulls are, quote, bad dogs and whatever, yada, yada. People like the idea of these dogs until they get one, and then they realize that they're very high energy. That if bored, they'll find something to do, and you might not like it. I cannot tell you how many things my 4 dogs have destroyed, have chewed up.
Monitor.
That was the cord. Molly's separation anxiety was so bad one day, we had to take Roscoe to the vet, and this is where I had to start taking them together. She pulled the carpet up from my bedroom floor. She pulled the trim off of the door. She destroyed her bed, her orthopedic bed. So, I mean, these are very loving, caring, attached animals. If you abuse dogs, go fuck yourself. And I say that in a very loud and clear voice. And I hope there's a special place in hell for you. because unfortunately, the other two we rescued out of a backyard in Goldsboro, and when we rescued Luna, spent $500+ on her at the vet because she had fire ants that invaded her nose and chewed her entire nose up to the point where she had an infection and pus and all this other stuff. They were being left out in the heat of the summer, given not puppy food, but like adult food, fighting over water and that kind of crap. So that's how I ended up with 4 dogs. And I'm sorry that was a very long story. This is the point. Rescue the dogs. Because there's always going to be a needed dog to be rescued. And pit bulls are not, everybody apparently in our poll thought they're the best dog. Yeah. Pit bulls are what you make them. I, since 1988, have owned a dozen or more dogs because I've had dogs since I was 3. And I've never had a bad dog. The meanest dog I ever had was a dog that was abused, and his name was George. I didn't name him. But he was the minivan who got beat so bad that he lost an eye, that he was afraid of men. We rescued him too. So the point being that, that was the meanest dog I ever had, and he was 12 pounds. Okay? It was a 12-pound dog. My dog that is 107 pounds, I would trust with your newborn baby. Yep. Roscoe's the best dog I've ever owned at 35 years.
Love it.
And he's the biggest one too, at 108 pounds or 107 pounds.
He's such a good boy.
Oh, he's wonderful. If you follow me on social at all, you've seen me put the dog on.
All right.
So let's run it down. Number 10, Australian Shepherd. Number 9, Dachshund. And I cannot say that. Number 8, German Shepherd. Number 7, Boston Terrier. Number 6, French Bulldog. What a bulldogish family here. Yep. Number 5, Labrador Retriever. Number 4, Bulldog, which is English or British Bulldog. Number 3, Golden Retriever. Number 2, Mutt. And number 1, the Pit Bull.
The Pit Bull. Yambag Jones, my man, you're welcome. He sent me a picture on the Twitter of his beautiful, beautiful pit bull.